We are live. We are
We're
live. What's up,
live.
Tiffany?
Hey, Carl, how are you doing?
I am.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers and all of the fathers who made them mothers. Happy.
Okay, stop. This is Mother's Day. Stop it. Give it to the mothers. Don't even
I
start.
did. I did. I did.
Here we go. You know what? Y'all men is ridiculous. Okay.
Well, we made them mothers, so we gotta get some credit. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for
Y'all
us,
get credit on Father's Day.
if it wasn't for us, there would be no Mother's Day.
And if it wasn't for women, we y'all wouldn't be able to push no babies out either.
Well, that is true.
Okay.
So shout out to both genders. Kevin, I'm sure Kevin is traveling. I'm not. We didn't. I didn't hear anything, but normally I'm sure he's gonna be here. He's gonna be popping in shortly. Normally we'll get a message if he's traveling and he's not gonna make the show. But like I said, we haven't heard from him. But I hope he's safe and I hope everything's all good, Kevin. But can you check in with us, brother? Let us know what's going on. Um,
Happy Mother's Day to his mother, to his
yes.
sister, to Patricia. Happy Mother's Day. We sending love to y'all.
Yes, happy
And
Mother's
to your
Day.
mother too, Carl. Happy Mother's
Thank
Day
you,
to
and
your
happy
mother.
Mother's Day to your mom, Tiffany.
Yes, happy Mother's
You
Day,
know,
Mom.
and it's funny. You ever have you ever sent a thank you letter to your mom, or you ever thanked her for
Yes.
dealing with you? Because one day I swear I was like in my 40s at the time, and I look back at all the things I did and said to my mom, and I just felt so bad.
I know you did.
I
I
just felt so bad.
I'm more mad because, well, as I got older, I appreciate my mother more because I
Yeah.
was when you young, you don't appreciate them.
Oh,
You know, you take advantage. You don't know that their feelings hurt too.
Kevin. Hey,
Hey,
Kev.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
hey,
We were
baby,
just
talking
shouting
about
out all the moms. You were saying Happy Mother's Day. We called your mom, Patricia, your sister,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you very much.
moms that are
Appreciate
out.
that. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day to both of your moms and all the
Thank
moms,
you.
all the good mothers around the world. Happy Mother's
Yeah,
Day,
shout out to the good mothers.
no doubt.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
Shay.
So I was just telling Tiffany that I when I was in my 40s, I sent I wrote a letter to my mom and my dad because when I got around that age, I realized how much they did for me, and I never said thank you. So I felt bad with all the things I said when I was a teenager, and you know, and
Yeah, and I get it. And I was also saying that you don't appreciate them until you get older. And you see, like you said, everything you don't put them through, and then you got the sad face, like I
yeah,
should have did that. But
yeah,
now you try to do your best, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to do my best to show appreciation because it could have been all different type of ways. Because, like you said, it's good mothers out there,
yeah,
y'all, and then there's bad mothers out there, or it's mothers that have children and really don't want the responsibility, you know. And it's sad because you have a lot of broken people out here because their mothers wasn't available for them. But if your mother wasn't available, make sure you're available for your
yeah.
children, you know.
And you don't realize the sacrifice that parents
Yes.
in general make because they make things look so easy. Like you go in the bedroom, you flip on your bedroom light, the light comes on. You go to take a shower, there's water. You
Okay.
right? You go to cook, you open the refrigerator, there's stuff in there to eat. You don't think
uh,
about that stuff when you're growing up, right? You just think,
until you
oh,
start paying your own
yeah,
bills. You be like, wait a minute,
yeah,
I gotta pay a bill. Yes, you gotta pay a bill. You listen, when my nephews start begging for money, I said, let me wrap up the cable box.
yeah,
They like, what are you talking? I said, because your mother paid cable, we
yeah,
pay cable. Let's matter of fact, let's wrap up the water. Let's
yeah,
put a bow on the water because you have to pay water bills up in here.
yeah,
Electricity. You understand? So yes, we don't appreciate our parents until we have to pay bills.
yeah.
Oh, we don't appreciate our parents till we become parents too. Sometimes, Tip, 'cause
Yeah.
what parents go through until we become parents, and
I heard that
Yeah.
before. Hmm.
and we deal with all the stuff that we put our parents through, and even
Hmm.
being an aunt. like you could experience that as being an aunt to your nephews, nieces, Tiff. Since I know you're not a
Yes.
per se, but you have young kids in your life that you help. You know, so everybody's is a mother figure, man. You know, in a sense, it's changed. I remember growing up and being a kid, and my mom's best friends was like our mothers also. You know, my mom could depend on our next door neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to help when she wasn't able to be eyes on us and stuff like that. You know, we had my mom's neighbors and stuff like that. I mean, it's changed. It's not that way anymore. Like nobody wants, you know.
It takes
Uh,
a village to raise a child. That's what you're talking, like a village. Like
yeah,
they
exactly.
all
Yeah, we had a
helped
lady.
out.
We had a lady, Miss Phyllis, who was like family to us. We called her Miss Phyllis, but she was like our second mom in a sense. You know, we basically were next door neighbors, but we were at each other's house all the time. And you know, Miss Phyllis was actually able to spank our ass if she had to. You know, my mom wouldn't have, you know, said nothing about it. You know, it's just that's the way things were back in those days. You know, you can't do that anymore. You can't even discipline somebody's kid anymore. If you see
Oh
somebody's
no,
kid
because they'll
doing
be
bad, you say
fighting.
something to the kid, you might be fighting the parents in about 10 minutes. You know, so
And the whole
it's
family.
changed.
Yeah,
Definitely changed.
yeah. So Tiffany, can you do the honors?
This is fair use only,
Give
educational
you a minute.
purposes only. We do not own the rights to the content or the music, just our opinions. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. So I titled this show the way I titled it because I wanted to pay a tribute to moms today because it's Mother's Day. So I typed in Black moms, right? I typed in Black moms because I wanted to focus on on the contribution of Black moms to the family and stuff. And the videos that came up was so negative. I'm like, is this really Black moms? Is it like I saw so many of these types of videos, which I'm going to show in a few minutes.
So wait a minute, commercial break, because I'm going to get you. So Kev, listen to this, right? So I Carl put in the what's called. We're gonna be talking about moms. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
Mother's Day thing, right? Ow. So I said, let me check the comment. I mean, let me check the caption of the what's the title today. Okay. So I look, it says Black mom educated, everything. Then the topic is, are Black moms too rough with their children? I said,
yeah.
this is really a Mother's Day tribute.
Wow.
I
Colby starting trouble. Yes, we have to be
because
rough with our
well, when you
children.
I went to I pulled most of my videos from TikTok because it's a lot. It's a easier transition for the show. But when I typed in Black moms, I thought I was going to see all these beautiful videos and people fawning over their moms, but that's not what came up. So
That's
anyway,
horrible.
so we're gonna start the show with our song, and then I'll get into the videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you know it's if these videos are wrong, they're wrong. But that's why we do the show. We're gonna discuss whether these videos are the true
I don't
depiction
know.
of.
Maybe if the topic was different, because our Black mothers are, we are a little bit more rough, but then you have people that are abusive. It's a difference, rough and abusive to children, because sometimes you hear them talk to them. My mother never cursed at us. You
But that's
understand? I never
exactly
heard
what
her.
I'm talking about. When I say too rough, that's what I'm talking about.
Lucky you, Tiff.
Huh?
Lucky you.
Yeah, my
My
mother didn't
mom would
curse
put a
at us.
frying pan if she could back in the
Oh.
day.
All right, we're gonna kick the show off, and then we're gonna get right into the videos. Oh, today we're also what we're talking about today. Uh, we're gonna talk a bit about Black moms and their contribution, and the videos I'm gonna show. Is that the true depiction of the Black mom, or is that just a small percentage? Also, Airman Roger Fortson was shot, and this one broke my heart again. But I already know the answers as to why this happened. I'm sure Kevin already knows the answers. Tiffany already know the answers. But
White people are quick to shoot.
this young 23-year-old Ehrman, police came to his house and they shot him. You'll see. I'll show the videos. It's not the actual shooting, so there's no need for a trigger warning. But
That's good. I can't watch it again. I saw the video. I can't watch it again. Yeah.
Very, very heartbreaking. And I mean, I gotta go with Godfrey, man. They just don't like us, Also, Governor Hochul, Tiffany sent me this one also. Governor Hochul said,
the computers.
Governor of New York City said Black kids have no idea what a computer is. Black kids in the Bronx, and she was talking to some millionaires and billionaires in California, apparently. I don't know if she's trying to get funding or what, but to say that Black kids don't know what a computer is in 2024.
Yo, I know.
And then said she misspoke.
It's ridiculous. My godson know how to swipe, click, order. He'll tell me, speak into it, everything. Please.
That just shows you how they view us.
I'm about to say, I got a 2-year-old in my house right now that's on a tablet downstairs as we speak.
Okay, he's swiping and reading and watching movies.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to play our song and then we'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Get it. I'm not
with the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. Yeah, we in a safe space, dealing with the Black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
A lot of these Black mothers will not admit it, but they have already come into your teenagehood with the preconceived notion that you're going to rebel. Before you was even like 5 or 8, they had the preconceived notion in the back of their head that you're going to start growing independence and you're going to rebel against them. They automatically correlate Black daughter, Black teenagehood to rebellion, especially when it comes down to their daughters. These Black mothers love their Black daughters when they're babies, but they fear the day when you become 16, 17, and 18. I will never forget the day I was in the car with my auntie, my cousin, and her 3-year-old child. And mind you, her 3-year-old have lots of personality, very extroverted, loud, and very energetic. And my cousin was like, y'all, she's a lot. She's just too much to handle. And my auntie was like, yeah, wait till she turns 16. A lot of these Black moms have already, before you was even like 5 or 8, they've already judged your teenagehood. They already said when you become a teenager, you're going to be rebellious, you're going to have a bad attitude, you're going to get smart with them. So by then, they're going to have to toughen up on you and be strict with you because you're going to be that kind of daughter. This is exactly why when their daughters turn 15, 16, 17, 18, they all of a sudden become strict. They be yelling, disrespectful, dismissive. It's because when you was already like 7, 8, 5, people around them was telling them when she becomes 16, you better watch out for her, especially if you was very, active, energetic, extroverted. They already, stereotype you to be that kind of teenager. This is why as soon as you became a teenager, they became all of a sudden mean because they already planned out how they're going to parent you. A lot of these Black mothers resent the day their Black daughters became teenagers, but not the same energy for their sons, because when their sons became older in age and more independent, they automatically saw their sons as protectors. They rejoiced when their sons became older in age because now their son is in a position to protect them. But when it comes down to their Black daughters becoming older in age, they correlate that with being fast, being grown, thinking that they know it all. A lot of these Black moms are not going to admit it to you, but if they were really real with you, they would tell you that they resent Black teenagehood, especially on their daughters.
Mom. What?
Can we stop by Walgreens?
No, the fuck no. No, the fuck I'm not stopping no motherfucking where. Get out and walk, skip, gallop, run, jump, roll. I don't give a fuck. But no, the fuck I'm not catch the bus, bitch. No. Catch a Uber, a alley.
Mom.
What the fuck do you want? Leave me alone.
Mom.
Leave me alone before I punch your ass in the head.
Mom.
When your mother young and from the hood.
Nyshawn.
Yes.
Nyshawn, wake the fuck up.
I'm
You smoking
up.
in my house?
No.
I'm not playing with you. Was you smoking in my house?
I
So
said
why smell like purple
no.
haze in my fucking house? I told you about smoking that Blockwork shit.
I
And
don't
when your
even
ass
smoke
get laced,
Blockwork.
do not call me, alright? You want some good za? I told you you could go in the room and you could get it, alright? You play
You ain't
too
even have
fucking
no
much.
more.
Why would you go spend your money with them dirty ass
I didn't
niggas
even
on the
spend no
corner?
bread. They
You
gave
know
that
I
to
sell
me.
za. You just like your fucking father. You don't listen.
Oh my
And that's why I don't even
God.
jack you like that. Cause you get me so damn mad. And stop bringing your fucking little dirty ass friends over here.
He ain't been over
I
here
see
mad
your little friend
long.
sneakers in the front. I don't fuck with his mother. I
That's
told you to
my-
stop bringing that little boy to my house and you don't fucking listen.
Whatever.
So, Tiffany, my excuse me, my point was I typed in black moms. Seriously, I typed in black moms, and 99% of all the videos was this kind of stuff.
Wow.
You know, so I was like, is that typical of
No, maybe today. But in our time, my mother wasn't like that. You understand what I'm saying? We saw mamas that was a little, a little ghetto mamas. But these mamas today is on 5,000 ghetto. Okay? The way they talk and handle their children. I don't know why, but like I said, this was what makes me appreciate my mother when I went out in the street and was around other people and saw how they treated their mother or how their mother treated them. And I looked like, damn, I ain't never was called a mother effer or stinking bitch or, or
Yeah.
get your stupid ass. Or I never heard those things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a difference. And is it healthy? No, it's not. It's not healthy at all. But you can't tell nobody how to raise their children or how to deal with their children.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally in shock because I typed in black moms expecting to see, having fun, seriously having fun with kids and but all I saw were these videos of black moms pretty much cussing at their cussing at their kids.
Do you think that is a part of the negative algorithm for black mothers?
That's a really great point. You know what I mean? Because if you go to Google and you type in unprofessional hairstyle, you
Mhm.
get black women hairstyle. If you go to Google right now, you type in unprofessional hairstyles. I mean, they'll show a few, like they show like a white person with a mohawk or like different color, but majority of the pictures of hairstyles that are considered unprofessional are like cornrows and you know what I mean, afros and that kind of stuff.
I think I'm not making excuses for the ghetto mothers, but I think it's an age thing too, because mothers are getting younger now. And, so now, I mean, I won't say that because my
Yeah, I was about to
my
say.
mom and my sister
Right.
and my sisters, I should say, had babies when they were young. So,
Right. I think
but
it's the
I think
era.
I think it's a different time now because,
Right.
like I said, Angelo's downstairs right now. And he's 2 years old or 3, just turned 3, but he's on a tablet. When we were 3 years old, I didn't have a tablet. There was no such thing as a
At
tablet.
all.
So kids now are, I hate to use the word more advanced because that means they're smarter than we were, and I don't believe that. But they have a different advancement. Like they have computers now. Kids, 3-year-olds have tablets. This boy wakes up, where's my tablet, Papa? they want those tablets right away. So, and they're on YouTube and all that stuff. And they're learning, even the kids shows on YouTube that they watch, kids channel on YouTube. So I just think that has something to do with it. And I think the parents, because these kids are different than we were, they're different.
Yeah.
They have to be, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm trying to say is, a kid today, like, I have kids come, you know, around our house right now, and they'll walk in, teenagers, you know, and they won't even say hello, you know, to me, you know. They don't speak, like they don't say,
They don't have
you know.
manners.
So when I was coming up, I knew right away if I walk into my grandmother's house or around any elder and didn't speak, I knew what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had to, you know, you had to speak. But kids today, I see them, they walk right into the house and don't even speak, you know. And you don't see me standing here, you're in my house. Just walk by me, don't speak,
That's
you know.
right. That's
You know,
right.
so the kids are just different, you know. So I think parents have to be different. I think parents are closer to their kids, you know, in a sense. Well, more, I mean, because of the age thing, it's almost like raising your sister or your brother instead of raising your kid too, you know, in this day and age. That's why you see parents talking to their kids like that, because it's more of a sister brother thing than a mother thing, you know, to me anyway. That's my opinion. So.
And also, you know, a lot of people don't want to face it. A lot of these people, your parents today, are the grandchildren of drug addicts. You remember the 80s and the 90s was full with drugs, and they had children, and then their children had children, and their children had children. We had a lot of parents, mothers, and fathers that was not available for their children to properly raise them or even see a proper relationship. So now you have these parents that talk to their children any kind of way, you know, they'll come to the school any kind of way. I mean, because I done saw some people come to the school. I'm like, where is these parents' clothes at? You know, did they wash their face? Did they brush their teeth? You know, so it's a totally different, I think, as we would say, you know, I know I'm about to be 50, you know, it's a different era. It's a different feel. Our people are, like you said, not younger, and because like you said, our parents had children young. It's just they're more advanced in computer and technology than we were. We are advanced in being social. Remember, our parents would make us go outside. We would have to play outside, or we go in places, or we're doing things. They don't do that with the children, the young people, no more. You know, or
Absolutely,
take them
absolutely.
out. So that affects them, you know. So I think it's a different era, a different feel. And I pray that more women would be more positive on how they talk to their children, because remember, your children are going to become adults, and you don't want them to talk to whoever they're dealing with like that, or talk to their children like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I think there's something to be said for what Kevin said about the parents are so young, they're almost close in age to the children they're having. But I mean, somebody's got to step in and say, you know, it's never good to swear at your kids. You know what I mean? Like Tiffany said, your mom never called, you know, swore at you, called you
My
names.
mother never cursed at us.
Parents never cursed me out. My dad or my mom never swore at me. I mean, they'll yell and stuff, but swear words never came at me
Oh,
from
never.
parents. I never swore at my kids, you know. So I hope they're not, you know what I mean, going to swear at their kids, you know, because I don't see an upside to swearing at your kids, you know.
No, it's not good, and it creates. Let me use a story. I'm not going to mention no names. So I went to a friend's house. The house is full of children. Okay, so one of the children is in the cabinet, literally in the cabinet. Do you understand me? So I go to the cabinet and say, "Bubba," I'm just making up names. "Bubba, come out the cabinet." Bubba closed the cabinet and was like, "No," right? So I'm like, "Bubba, come out the cabinet," because he got to be like 3 or 4 years old. I'm trying to get Bubba out the cabinet. Why his auntie comes to the door? "You MFer, get your goddamn ass out the way!" I said, and he closed the cabinet. And I said, that's why he's not coming out the cabinet. That's you understand what I'm saying? Like I had to take him out the cabinet and literally hold him so he can come out and feel my energy. And I'm not even a mother. You understand what I'm saying? But feel that energy of love and calming. And she was just going off. You understand what I'm saying? And I couldn't really do anything but just hug the child. So yes, it's a bit much because, like I said, I never heard my mother raise her voice or curse us. And she came from that. You understand what I'm saying? Where her mother hurt her and did certain stuff
Yeah.
to her and stuff like that, even spitting up, all different type of stuff like that. But still, she humbled herself, and I never saw her be negative to her mother.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, I guess it's a whole new generation, so what we can do, but
Bubba's 22 now.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? There's no class or pamphlet on being a mother. I mean, when you're born, when you give birth to a kid, you're learning on the job too. Like you're learning on the job how to be a parent, and like you on your second or third kid, maybe at this point you should have it down pat, I guess. But nobody is an expert on being a mother. I mean, it's all love. You carried this kid, you gave birth to this kid, so the love there for the kid is that bond in most cases, but you're still learning. You have to learn to be a mother.
To the best of your ability, and don't you supposed to have somebody that you looked up to from being your mother?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say your role model is your mother, and then your grandmother, and so forth.
But how about if you don't have that?
Well, grandmothers probably had a different. Most grandmothers and mothers, like we just said, came up in a different era where they didn't have to deal with kids that have TikTok. They didn't deal with kids that have Instagram. They don't have to deal with kids who have cell phones. You have cell phones. So now you have to monitor your kids with the cell phones. I mean, so much stuff that parents have to face today that I didn't have to face. I mean, when I had my daughter, I was a single parent to Selena, and Selena and I mean, Selena had computer. I don't think computers just started getting popular. And when she was in high school, I think the biggest thing was MySpace.
Oh yeah,
Facebook wasn't even around yet.
Yeah, Facebook wasn't around. It's MySpace.
So then Facebook came around. By the time Facebook came around, she probably was a senior, on the way to college. So I kind of escaped her whole thing. I had to deal with the cell phone thing, but she had a laptop. Computers was just starting to get a little popular, so she had a laptop. So, but yeah, I mean, kids, you lose your kids through these electronic things, because
not if they're properly managed. Parents can manage all of that. All the computers have a yes and no, or a do not disturb.
Well, yeah, we have for Angelo, we have
access to that. Nobody can use that as an excuse.
His tablet can only go to YouTube, to the kids' side of YouTube. I get that. Yeah.
So parents cannot say that because first of all, you have to be very careful on the computer because there's so much on there that your children will have access to and it will mess their brain up, okay? So yes, you have parental guidance. And like you said, you able to do it. I do it to my nephew and he's 13 years old and he hates it. He was like, I need the passcode to the YouTube. I know. You start paying bills, you can get it.
Come on, Tim. Let that boy watch some Kevin Hart. Some call y'all Kevin Lee videos on that bad boy.
Let me shout out Donna. Donna Hagen's checking in. What's up, Donna? Nicole Coates. These are people that are commenting. Glendine Carter, thank you for
what they saying.
Jeff Short. Jeff Short says, it's crazy, but that's the language these kids understand. I used to work at a prison, and they respond to profanity rather than talking to them like humans. Well,
I disagree with that, but yeah, I mean, because that's not. I mean, our whole existence aren't ghetto kids. We're just talking about We talk about
It's
the
a
ghetto kids
balance.
right now and the ghetto moms. And we fall into that trap of the stereotype that Carl found when he Googled black moms. That was a stereotype of black
Yeah.
moms. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably 30%
Yes.
of black moms in America.
Hopefully. Look, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't think that's the majority of black
No, that's
moms.
not the
I hope
majority.
not.
Not at all.
I hope not. But man, I could be wrong.
My thing,
But
we want mothers, to be a little bit more nurturing, because you have the nurturers and then you have the rough ones. You understand? My baby mother grabs her balls. Okay, and I didn't even know she had them. Okay, she said I taught my sons how to grab their balls. I was like, how you did that? You don't got no balls. But she's my hood baby mother. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Connie. Happy Mother's Day, baby.
it's different now, Tiff. It's so different now, Carl and Tiff, because like I'm a parent again. I'm literally a parent again.
Right.
And you guys know my situation. So
Right.
I'm 59 years old. I'll be 60 this year, and I am a parent all over again. And it's weird because these kids are different. I mean, having being a single parent to my biological daughter Selena, and and then seeing all the stuff we went through together, raising her, and all our problems mainly came when she became a teenager and went through that female thing that
Did
teenage
you hear the
girls
girl
go
with
through,
the
right?
teenage?
Yeah.
That thing was really funny. Like she's saying the parents are literally preparing for teenagehood. To be honest, what I have learned, all the parents that I have, and I have saw many people raise parents being an auntie. What I have learned is that they went into a state of shock when they turned teenagers because they didn't know it was going to happen like this. Everybody is different. Not everybody don't get the same experience because your child is your child. Some people don't even go through the teenage craziness. Some people do, or parents feel like kids don't want to listen to them when we did the same thing.
They talk about turbo twos. Like being a teenager is turbo twos on steroids. You know what I'm saying?
Word is, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest, we gotta, how can you say, let them learn the hard way. I'm sorry. Sometimes we can't, and I'm gonna be happy that a lot of the stuff that I fought with my mother, she's like, all right, go ahead. And I had to learn the hard way to come back and be like, you was right. You was right with a kick in my ass. You understand what I'm saying? So
the problem in this day and age, Tiff, is that was good for your era, but right now, learning the hard way might mean jail or cemetery. You know what I'm saying? In the world we live in today.
So you said we have more choices, when we were growing up about our behaviors than today. Like it's more dangerous. Do you think that it's a little bit more dangerous for our teenagers?
It's more dangerous because there's more access to danger. Like I said, you got the computer, you got your cell phone, you have dating apps, you got pornography on your cell phone.
Right.
I mean, you got all this stuff, when you're a teenager in your face. You got. I mean, we didn't have to worry about guys picking up our daughters online when we were kids because there was no online, right? But now your 12-year-old daughter might be talking to a 40-year-old man online.
And you a grown-ass man and message.
Yeah, grown-ass man online. So you don't, now you got to monitor that. You got to make sure these perverts ain't out here online targeting your kid because she got an Instagram page and she's a teenager and she's good looking, So yeah, it's a different world now.
Also,
that you got to watch out for.
Don't forget about the killers because already another black young girl done got killed by some white man. I'm sorry, I don't want to. I just can't take it. Stop going somewhere, meeting with people, going online, going to their house with people you don't know. Okay, that's for young teenagers and grown ass women. Please, okay, because you'll come back unalived. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on lately, but
it's horrible.
There's nothing new under the sun. People killing women on. Well, I just think we have the internet now that women been getting killed by men forever, going out on dates with guys that they didn't know. Right? It's just now we have the internet, and it's a big story. It's a big story on TikTok now. But I'm sure it's nothing new under the sun. I just, like I said, internet dating now is a big thing. If you're single, you go online, you meet women and stuff like that. Or you go online, you meet men, and you don't know who you're meeting. There's a lot of crazy ass people out here, right? So you go online and meet somebody, you're meeting Ted Bundy, right? Right? It's a wrap, So
Right. And this
it's
is why
crazy.
that's the only
It's
thing with
very
the
sad.
teenage. That's the only thing with the teenage thing that I think a lot of young people don't understand. It's not that we trying to be rough on you because okay, let's say this. This is a difference because a lot of people don't get it. It's a difference between being rough and being abusive. Okay? Because you have people that are very abusive to their children, and I'm not with that. But I'm saying if we're being rough, telling you, listen, watch this, watch that, watch this. We're doing that because we're trying to protect y'all, and y'all don't want to listen to us, So I think that's why a lot of parents are a little tougher. Also for Black boys. You know that our Black boys are targeted, and they are targeted immediately. So we have to be rough on them because you know what? If we're not rough on them, the streets is going to be rough on them, or the cops is going to kill them. You understand? So I believe in that type of roughness, not abusive roughness, but keeping it real roughness. Okay, not abusive.
I think parents feel more comfortable today cursing in front of their kids too because it's more exposed now, right? Like cursing, is on TV now, like on regular TV. Like, we didn't have that. We were kids. We didn't have cursing on regular television. You can turn on the news and hear damn near a curse word on CNN now, if you watch it long enough, right? The president of the United States said, grab him by the pussy. And they played that over and over again. That's the president of the United States. Talk about grabbing women by the pussy, right? And that's on TV. That's on our TV set. So we live in a world now where even the president of the United States is being vulgar. They've always been vulgar. All of them have been vulgar, right? All presidents cuss, but now we hear them curse because of the world we live in. So I think everything's changed now. People are used to hearing cursing. When we were kids,
you don't have to communicate like that. My mother
we had to sneak and listen to Richard Pryor when we were kids.
And his Richard Pryor was filthy. Him and
right?
Red Fox. Oh.
But guess what, Tiffany? Red Fox. Red Fox was. I don't even think Red Fox and Carl, you can comment on this since you're a professional comedian also. I don't even think Richard Pryor, for example, could be considered vulgar in today's comedy world. If you listen to Richard Pryor's material now, for that time, it was very vulgar for the 70s. I don't think Richard Pryor's that dirty. You listen to comedians today. He's not that bad considering the comedians that's performing today. Yeah, right. Today's comedian, he's not that bad. So he's probably a PG-13 compared to today's comedians. Yeah, so I don't know, but we have to sneak and listen to that. But now you got that, like I said, your kids
flying filth all over the place.
Yeah,
I'll give you a perfect example. I'm doing a graduation party for these kids in June, teenagers out in Pennsylvania. I did this show last year for them. They brought me back for a new group. So the group is like 200 teenagers that are graduating. Most of them are going away to college, and I'm doing their graduation party. And the show is at 1 a.m. in the morning, right? So they telling me, do your act, Kevin Lee. If you're R-rated comedian, be R-rated comedian to these teenagers. They already heard it. There's no reason, 10, 15 years ago, they'd say, oh, you got to be clean. You got to be clean. You're doing a show for these teenagers. You got to be rated PG. Now they're telling me I can do the same act I would do in a comedy club.
Flying filth.
Because these teenagers already know you can't entertain them with a PG-13 show or rated PG show. They first of all, they curse. Second, they watch YouTube. They watch TikTok. They watch comedians on Netflix. Most of these teenagers watch Netflix. They watch all the white comedians. They watch all the black comedians. They don't. I can't show up and be Pee Wee Herman all of a sudden. You know, they want comedy.
There's no hope.
So we're dealing with different kids, and I think that's probably why your parents are different than our parents. That's just my, I believe that.
So one of the videos I that came up when I typed in black moms, they showed the difference between white moms and black moms, and of course the black mom was more ratchet. That annoyed me.
Hi, hon. Teacher called today. She said you had a pretty rough day. I guess you had some pretty bad behavior. I'm not sure what's going on with you, but we should probably talk about it, or maybe you should sit in your timeout chair and, put some thought into what you did.
So the teacher called me today. Didn't I tell you don't take your ass to school and embarrass me? You got me all type of messed up. Class clown, when I get finished with your ass, you gonna wish you was in the circus. Embarrass me? You got me all type.
Hey, Carl, can I comment on that?
Yeah, sure.
I know you said that upset you, but it's actually true. Let me tell you something, Carl. There was a meme on TikTok. I think I sent it to Patricia a few weeks ago, where they showed Kevin from the movie Home Alone.
Yeah.
And he had said something smart to the mother and got away with it. And then they showed Kevin saying that same thing to a black mom, and she smacked him, and he went flying through the house. It was a funny meme, right? So it is true. Like, we grew up in America, and all our black friends just go, man, our white kids get away with everything. Our white kids could talk back to their parents, and their parents will do anything about it. Like, we had a white kid in our neighborhood that cursed in front of his mom, and we're like,
word.
Never cussed in front of my mom. But this kid was like 8 years old, cussing in front of his mom. We're like, we can't cuss in front of my mom. I still cringe. I cuss in front of my mom every once in a while. Right now, if I'm talking on the phone with my mom, I might, depending on my mood, what's bothering me, I might say a cuss word. But I think about it. Even at 59 years old, I think about before I cuss in front of my mother right now. Like, it's not what I was raised to do. It's disrespectful. So I very rarely use a curse word in front of my mom. I have, but it's very rarely. So I'm just saying, it is a difference between black moms don't play that, so that I get what you're saying, but that is not so far fetched.
That's good. That's fine. Our parents have to deal with a lot. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me use the example when you going into the supermarket. Your mother already tell you, don't ask for nothing. Don't take nothing. Don't touch nothing. That's it. Don't play with me. Okay, you already have it. And you listen to your mother. That's it. Period. And it's her word. You would see a white kid go in there and start taking stuff, tearing up stuff, and the white mother would sit right there and do nothing and be like, Bobby, get up. You better get up. You better get up. And I'm looking at. I used to sit there and just watch white kids show out in front of their parents because I knew I couldn't do it. I knew their parents would drag me through the floor.
So who has the better parents?
Black mothers is the better parents. I'm sorry.
Black mothers,
yes. Black mothers are the best. And I wouldn't trade mine or any other mother I done been around. Every mother is different. Every mother has their different walk of life. I'm sorry, we needed our black mothers, and you keep it real. Come on, I send you to school, and then you don't go there. I raised you right. Take your ass to school. That's rough. No, you take your ass to school. Listen, I don't have a problem with it. As long as you're not beating them up and calling them all types of, all the horrible names. But if you want, you got to be stern with your children, especially here in America. Carl, you understand what I'm saying? You have to be stern because of society and how they treat us, and how the system treat us, Like I said, I'm not with abuse, but I'm with that sternness.
The black parents are different, Carl. I dated this black girl named Kim, and her parents were like millionaires, and because this is when Amway became big. They got rich from Amway. Remember that Amway shit? So they got rich on Amway. So they lived up in Potomac, Maryland, in a big mansion. And Potomac, Maryland is like where all the rich people live in the state of Maryland, like in that very exclusive neighborhood. And she went to a private school. And she used to tell me, that all the teenagers, you know, she was like one of the few black people in the school, or most of the kids were white. And she would tell me all these white kids in the bathroom snorting coke, you know, and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And she was like, they talk about black kids, these white rich kids are off the chain. And she used to tell me, you know, because we were teenagers, she'd tell me, I was like, what, 16, 17 when I was dating this girl? She was telling me this, man, like all of these, you know, all her white friends, how they pour coke and do lines of coke in the bathroom and sex, all this crazy stuff.
Mother would have came down there and kicked
These
down the
rich white
door.
kids were off the chain, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's black parents, you know, are a little rougher and around the edge and hard on their kids, but it's because the white parents are like they are, very passive, you know, that their kids end up like that, you know, cussing in front of them at the age of 7. And, no, mom, fuck you, mom, I'm not doing it, you know, and don't get their teeth smacked out their mouth. Don't get their teeth smacked out their mouth. And you know, I can never say that to Catherine when I was 8 and be sitting right here, right now, with teeth in my mouth right now. Y'all be going, Kevin, what happened to your teeth?
Mama knocked them damn right out.
They got knocked out when I was 7.
You're right. That's ridiculous. Let me tell you something. We had a little Russian kid that lived downstairs. He a grown man now. And Unique came to me, my niece, and she was like, Didi, he's cussing. He's saying all these bad words. So I said, I'm going to go talk to his mother. You know? Auntie is not playing that. You're not going to be cussing around these kids. You a kid yourself. So I went over there. I went to the mother. I said, hey, how you doing? I said, your son is cussing. They said he's saying all these racist remarks and stuff like that. And she called him over. And she was like, did you call him? She was like, she's a fuck lie, Mom. I said, he's cussing right there. So that's how it's like their first set of words is the F word, the N word, the S. You're like, what are you doing? Our parents would slap the hell out of us if we curse like that. We
make one more point. Can I make one more point also? Also, in this day and age, you're not allowed to hit kids that much either. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't got my ass whipped. We used to get beat, you know, with belt. I'm from the southern state, so we used to have these things called switches, where your grandmother can go outside and get that switch off the tree, and if you bring a small one, I'm gonna go pick one out.
You gotta go pick another one. Yes.
I grew up in that age where I got whipped with tree limbs, basically, if you want to be blunt about it, right?
And listen, I appreciate all those butt whippings. You understand?
But
like,
you can't do that anymore. You can't do that no more, Tiff. You can't.
No,
that's why these parents are cussing at their kids.
But I appreciate them.
I'm just saying, if you hit a kid today with a tree branch, call a switch. They call it switch. I think that's a southern thing, right?
Yeah,
so if I take a switch and beat Angelo's ass, and he goes to school, and they see a mark on him, I'm going to jail, right? So it's different now. Like, you can't discipline your kid with that type of punishment anymore. But I grew up, you know, what my parents whipped my ass would be considered a child abuse today. And it was a child abuse. I was a bad kid.
You're on mute, Carl. You're on mute.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it would be considered child abuse. Some of the whippings I got as a kid would be considered child abuse today.
All of our whoopings would be
and that's a damn shame. Yeah,
abuse.
Exactly. All of our whoopings. Yeah.
Please,
I don't know about in Carl's company, in Carl's country, but in America, black kids got that ass whipped.
Oh my God! I challenge you. I would challenge the American whipping. I would put that up against, and I'm sure Donna, if she's watching, or Glendine that's watching, they'll tell you about the whoopings we got. Or the beatings.
No, we don't want to. I heard it. No, I heard y'all.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, that's
no,
it is.
No,
so it's universal for people of color. Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. And we had, okay, here, I'll tell you. So, of course, you know, we live close to the beach. So the water from the beach is salty, right? So we had parents that would beat their kids, right? Cut their skins, skin, and then bathe them with seawater. Because it was, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, see, that's My homegirl, she was Jamaican. She used to have all these lumps in her
Yeah.
hair, right? And I said, what is the lump? She said, my father bust me upside the head with a sugar cane. I said, you know what?
Sugar cane.
No, I got switch, belt, and a stitching cord. No sugar cane here, okay?
There you go. Right, so you understand then, Carl, what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. So you just can't touch these kids today about getting in trouble, and that's that could be a problem too.
Yeah. Oh, check out this video.
You just did to me back there. I can't fucking trust you. I don't fucking know you. Shut the fuck up. Hey, you shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. I just want shut up.
Man, I gotta pick your ass up every damn time, man. It's like, how many times?
Shut up, Dad! Shut up! Shut the fuck up, Dad! Shut up! Shut up, please! Just shut the fuck up!
You guys saw that?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. First of all, I get it. Did he dig a grave and put that nigga in the trunk? He said, I made you, I will put you down. Okay?
Kevin, are you frozen? Is Kevin frozen?
I don't know, but I'm frozen after seeing that shit. No, because it's the truth. Carl.
Yeah.
I think it's a famous saying. It's something about they'll bury our ass or something. The way I brought you in this world, I will take you out.
Yeah.
That's what he did. That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about Roger Fortson, the airman who was shot by police. What city? Do you remember what city? I don't remember.
It's Florida.
Florida. What the hell is going on in Florida?
DeSantos.
So let me give you some background. So you see the
Wait
video.
a minute, is he stuck?
Yeah, Kevin, you're frozen, by the way.
Can he still hear us, or you need to shut him out and bring him back in?
Well, come back in again, Kevin.
Yeah, because he's stuck.
Yeah.
He look crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna remove you, Kev, and you can come back. I removed him, added him back, but he's still. Yeah, so the airman, his name is Roger Fortson.
Right.
The police were called to his, I don't know if they went to the wrong house, but he answered the door. He had a gun by his side. He didn't raise it. He didn't threaten the police. There was a loud banging on his door. He opened the door with a gun at his side, and police immediately shot him 6 times. 6 times.
Did you talk about the Karen that brought him to the door? Because I think that was a white woman that was bringing him to the door, saying that it was some type of argument. He heard something. She heard
He
something.
was alone, though. He was alone.
No,
Yeah,
he
he-
was alone, but the girl brought the sheriff or deputy, whatever he is, because somebody tried to correct me in a comment. And this other comment, the deputy, they sent the deputy there. She's talking to the deputy as he's walking, asking what apartment. And she's like, yeah, this happens all the time. And then, who is this girl? I want to know who she is. Because she just sent somebody straight to the grave. And then, like you said, the cops said he went to, you said it was the wrong house, but the cops is saying it was the right house when it was nobody in there. It was just him inside the place. So yeah, it's fishy, Carl. Go ahead. I'm sorry, because that pissed me off.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
So Ben Crump is saying that the deputies may have went to the wrong home. I'm sure they did go to the wrong home, because this young man was just minding his own business in his home. We aren't safe in our homes. We know that we aren't safe in our homes because time and time again, we see this occur. And I'm sorry, but my bad. We showed up to the wrong home. It's not going to cut it. It's not. You cannot bring someone back once you make a fatal mistake like that. Everybody involved, from the attorneys, from the clerks, from the judges, everyone involved who signed off on the warrant for them to go to this home. If the incorrect address is in the warrant, they all should be locked up, lose their jobs. And if all of that information was correct and the law enforcement just showed up to the wrong apartment, then all of those deputies should be held accountable. I know the process where, yeah, they're going to be put on paid administrative leave, but it is time that they start being placed on unpaid leave, because this type of situation, you cannot bring this young man back. So again, there needs to be accountability, and accountability does not just come with, we acknowledge what we did, my bad. No, my bad does not cut it. You cannot bring this young man back. And justice for this young man. Justice for Airman Fortson. That is all that should be talked about is justice and prayers for his family, because again, we're tired of it.
In a couple of hours from now, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office will hold a press conference addressing the shooting death of U.S. Air Force Airman Roger Fortson.
The 23-year-old's family held a press conference last hour demanding accountability from law enforcement, who they said busted into the wrong apartment last week and shot and killed their son. Here's Fortson's mom talking about a call she got from Roger's girlfriend, who was allegedly on the phone with him during the entire incident.
She called me and said, Mama, she said the sheriff just kicked in Roger's door, and I heard them say something about 3 shots. I told her, I said, don't hang up that phone. And I just started calling everybody, and I was so discombobulated. Everybody said the only thing I was saying was Roger.
NBC News correspondent Guad Venegas joins us now live from our Miami bureau. Guad, I mean, this is just heartbreaking. The family says that law enforcement just went into the wrong apartment. It's hard to imagine. Tell us more about what they say happened. And frankly, has the sheriff's office confirmed that detail?
Morgan, Vicky, well, the family has a lot of details that came from the girlfriend, Roger's girlfriend, who was on the phone with him the night of the incident on FaceTime. These are the details that we heard from Roger's mother and from the attorney. A lot of details, because she says, the girlfriend says, that first he heard a knock at the door. Roger went to the door. The girlfriend claims that he tried looking through the peephole, and it seemed like somebody was covering that peephole, and that's why he walked back into the room to retrieve a gun. And when he was walking back towards the door is when the officers burst in and they shot him. So all of these details, again, were shared by his girlfriend, who was on the phone with him. Now, the family was very emotional today. His mother, with other family members, upset because they feel like the sheriff's department was not transparent. Roger's mother was very adamant today about people mentioning his name, and also that he was a senior airman with the Air Force. She feels like the sheriff's department did not share a lot of the details about him and about what happened. Here's part of that press conference.
You come into my apartment, you shoot and kill me, and then you say it was self-defense. How does that make any sense? And so it is about the truth, it's about transparency, and it's about justice.
Truth and transparency, that's what the attorneys and the family are asking for at this point.
Guad, what do we know at this point about body cameras? Were these law enforcement officers wearing cameras, and will that footage come out?
So this press conference took place about an hour ago, and during that press conference, we learned that the sheriff's department will now be holding a press conference in the next 2 hours where they would be sharing video related to this investigation. So the attorneys were, in fact, talking about the possibility that this video could give more details, because what they have are the details from Roger's girlfriend, right, who was on the phone on FaceTime. But now, with the body cam video from the officers, they will be able to have more information as to what happened. Vicky, Morgan. On the phone on Facebook.
Tonight, newly released body cam video shows an Okaloosa County deputy arriving at the home of Senior Airman Roger Forston's apartment door, responding to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance. The video is partially blurred. The deputy appears to step to the side and knocks. Seconds later, Forston opens the door holding a handgun at his side that was legally owned, according to his family. The deputy orders him to step back and then fires. Okaloosa County Sheriff Eric Aden says his department released the video to be transparent.
I want to assure you that we are not hiding, covering up, or taking action that would result in a rush to judgment of Mr. Fortson or our deputy.
Fortson's mother, Mika, says her son was FaceTiming with his girlfriend during the shooting. A portion of that FaceTime video, which appears to be after the shooting, was released by the family's attorney. Law enforcement can be heard talking about Fortson's injuries. The subtitles were added by CBS News.
Yeah, he shot up. You got that 6 gunshot wounds?
They just said, oh yeah, he shot up. He shot up. My baby was shot up.
Fortson's family claims the deputy had no reason to go to his apartment. The sheriff says his deputy went to the apartment he was directed to. In other words, contradictory accounts. Lawyer Ben Crump represents the family.
Roger was the best of us. He was the best America had to offer. And they stole his life. The very people who were supposed to protect and serve him took him away from Mika and their family.
The investigator is now looking into this shooting. The deputy who pulled the trigger has been placed on administrative leave. Nora?
Mark Strassman, thank you.
The people are sick of this shit. We the people are tired of the lies. We the people want answers. We the people are tired.
I know this is a horrible Mother's Day for his mother, that she has to get ready to bury her son on a Mother's Day weekend because a police officer, a deputy sheriff, whatever he was, did not use proper protocol in my eyes. You understand? I mean, not one time did you say, sir, put the gun down, sir. Why do they instantly want to kill us? What is programmed in white people head to instantly want to hurt and kill us? I don't understand. What about the young man that went to go pick up his brothers, his 2 twin brothers? He wound up getting shot through the daggone door. Okay, what about the lady that was in the Uber? Okay, that came to drop off a package. The man immediately wanted to shoot her. What is going on?
I mean, I keep quoting Godfrey, Tiffany, comedian Godfrey says it best, and he's the only one that has said it. Maybe some other people have said it, Tiffany, but there is a certain percentage of white society that just don't like us. It's plain and simple. As Godfrey put it, plain and mother effing simple. They just don't like us. There's no rhyme or reason for it. There's no explanation for it. Some people are just filled with hatred of Black people, and every opportunity they get to kill us, they will take it. That guy opened the door. He didn't threaten the police. He didn't yell. He didn't do anything. The police just, it's right there. It's right there. The door opened.
What state does this happen in?
That's in Florida, where you be working at.
Yeah, so Florida's an open carry state. So he has a right to have that gun too. He's an open carry state. So
apartment.
Yeah, and in his apartment, he has a right to have that gun. He also has a right to answer the door with a gun in his hand because he felt threatened. So they didn't give him a chance to drop the gun. I don't think they properly, they were wrong. They were dead wrong to kill this kid.
They don't say drop it, drop the gun, drop the gun.
He told him to drop the gun after he shot him.
Six times? You shoot him 6 times?
6 times? And self-defense. Why every time a white person shoots, they say self-defense for a black person? Oh, I felt scared. I felt like he was going to do something. First of all, we are programmed not even to kill white people. Do y'all know that? We are programmed not to kill white people. This is what got Sister Soldier off of the show and banned for life, because she said that. She said, we're not programmed to kill white people. So you really think he was going to kill you? He is an airman.
But you don't say, I'm not a police officer. You don't say gun and try to get some cover, or you know what I mean? You do nothing. You just pull out a gun and shoot him 6 times.
Instantly shoot.
6 times.
And they're not going to do that to a white man.
Right now? We need more outrage in the country right now. As far as, I'm not talking about running up in Target and taking TVs and breaking windows and all that stuff and starting fires. We need more outrage about what's going on with this airman being shot.
You know those Southern people is not going to do anything.
I don't see the outrage. I don't see like the anger that I hear in Tiffany's voice, the disgust I see on Carl's face. I don't see that from lots of people. There should be millions of people feeling like we feel right now. You know,
it's just that just
because it becomes the norm. It's the norm. We know, you know what I mean? It's like we can't do anything about it. I mean, they don't like us. They have the guns and they have the authority, and they just shoot us, and we just, you know what I mean? I was watching the O.J. Simpson documentary on Netflix, and it was showing stuff that led up to the whole trial, and there was a black girl that was shot in the back of the head in one of those Korean stores, and she got up. That lady got probation.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And probably was able to open up another store.
Yeah, dude. That, I mean, I know that was years ago, but
it affects us today. Carl, only reason I'm Carl and Kevin, and to the people why I am passionate is because I have nephews. I have a few of them. And if anything, I swear, I'm telling you right now, get y'all black suits ready. It's going to be popping. I'm just going to keep it real with you because I love my nephews that much. You know why? Because we don't raise them to be disrespectful to authority. We don't raise them to hate white people. We just raise them to be on point with white people, okay? We raise them to make sure you keep your hands up. Okay, because you don't want them to feel intimidated, because this is how we was raised. So for that man or any white man to kill these black people like this, I'm sorry, it's just so frustrating. I can't even imagine what his mother is going through right now. I can't even imagine.
And every day we leave out our house, Tiff, that can happen. Well, it happens in
a black man.
Every time. Yeah, it can happen. You know, every time Carl and I get in our car to go anywhere as a black man in America, we can get that same fate. You know, we come close to it all the time.
Instantly shooting. Instantly. You don't have to do nothing.
Pulled over 4 weeks ago, right, by a cop. I put it on Instagram. I was pulled over. I mean, you know, that went fine and quick. You know, I was lucky. I was lucky to drive away from that thing, because a routine traffic stop can instantly cost you your life.
Into a murder, a white line around your body.
Yeah, I was lucky to get away. You know, I don't realize how lucky I was, but now I realize I was lucky to make it home, because that routine traffic stop could be tragic for my family, and this just makes no sense. This is really like Trump said.
This causes anxiety in black men, anxiety in black women that have these children, have these black men, black wives that have to send their husbands out there. Yeah, that's why we rough, Carl. That's why that title is up there. We gotta be rough. We have to keep it real with you, because what? The streets, the system, they don't like us. They don't love us. They are instantly ready to kill us. I'm disgusted. I'm sorry, y'all.
I mean, and the thing is, it's never gonna end. You know what I mean? Like, it's never gonna end.
It's disgusting.
You know, it's gonna happen again.
It's just disgusting.
And again, and I know it's gonna happen again. And it's not just the police, because as Kevin said, I go about my daily life. I go about, you know, just walking around, just doing stuff, running errands, and you see the reaction you get from white people. I see the reaction I get from white people when I'm out. you know. And thank God they don't all carry guns, because I'm sure if they all carry guns, that you know what I mean, a lot more of us would be dead. But the reaction I get just from being in a certain space,
hostile energy.
just from being in a certain neighborhood or a certain building or a certain, you know what I mean, like, you know, the reaction you can
Like, how dare you?
So is it a danger for us to have weapons? Because like remember the guy, what's the guy's name? Castillo was his name in Minnesota. They had he was a licensed
they killed him.
gunrunner.
Yeah, with his girlfriend in the car and his child.
And his child, the little baby in the back, and the officer, a Spanish police officer at that.
He told him he had a gun in the car.
Yeah, he said, and he said he had a license for it.
Right.
And the officer
and they
said, well,
his ass.
hand me your registration. He goes to get the registration, and the guy shoots him. Yeah. And the officer got off, by the way. He served no time in jail.
No time, but you know why he didn't serve no time? Because they paid the family. I want you always to understand, once the family take money, they cannot talk about the situation anymore. They cannot even fight or say anything. They have to deal with whatever, and the cops get taken off. Okay? And it's sad. It's sad because we have to talk more about it, that they can do something, put it in legislation, or they need to do something to be able to stop the instant killing. It's just ridiculous. Immediately they want to eliminate us. Immediately.
I don't know.
Well, the money thing doesn't change the hurt. I mean, you can see that mother's face. I don't care if Ben Crump gets her $50 million. She's gonna.
You're never gonna bring a child.
Be upset that her son's not here. But the state and the police officers have to pay for that.
They're gonna have to pay,
and they're gonna pay dearly. They're gonna. I mean, for whatever it's worth, that family's gonna get millions of dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna get paid, but they're not gonna get their child back, and that's the saddest thing in it. They're not going to get their child back, and this man is going to probably be able to get a job. I think that they need to start, if the police hurt or kill anybody, they need to threaten them with their pension. If you kill anybody and do not follow an exact protocol, you will lose your pension. I think that they would think twice before they kill somebody. But I think they all down with it. I think they teach them. Kill their ass immediately. I'm telling you, black people, not white, black people.
I think they tried to pass that law. I'm not quite sure if it went through, Tiff. I think they tried to pass a law like that where, you know, I had to do some research on that. I'm not 100% sure.
He was
about
an Air Force man. He fought for this country. Like, what the heck? My thing is, okay, so they don't, all right, when you go to an apartment, right? Don't they look up who lives there first? To find out who is there, what's the address. They got all our information. Why didn't they find out if he lived there, who lived there, who's on the premises before they go over there? They couldn't get a call. They can't negotiate. Like, I think it's a better way to interact with people instead of killing them immediately. I really think.
But we've seen countless video after video, when police interact with white people and they give them every opportunity.
Right.
To drop the weapon, or, you know what I mean, calm down, take it easy, right? You've seen the video that
No, we saw it, yes, but that's not for us. It's not for us.
Not for us.
It's not for us. That's a part of the fine print. This is for white people. This is not for these black asses. Shoot their ass quick. I'm telling you, that's what it feel like. That don't feel like it to you. They don't even give us a chance to put a gun down or even explain. They shooting immediately.
To us, to them, we are not human. But to them, we are not human. You gotta keep repeating.
And this is what we have to tell. You got to tell your son that. Kev got to tell his sons that. I got to tell my nephews that. This is what this society think of you. So if a cop come to the store, get to the floor. Just fall to the floor, go into a hall, like this, real fast. So is this what we have to tell them so they won't get killed? So y'all won't get killed?
You know, at the police academy, they used to have, when they have a shooting range and they were teaching cops, you know, different situations about shooting, they had black silhouettes. They had black, you know, black.
Yeah, they had the picture, not white. It's all black.
Yeah.
they took off the black. Now it's not black anymore because
No, it's not.
they're thinking that this is the reason white policemen are shooting black men, because they're shooting at a dark colored target. I mean, how dumb? Are you that stupid of a human being? You can't tell the difference between a black silhouette, a black outline of a cardboard cutout.
It's a mental thing. It's a mental programming thing.
They took that away, thinking this is the reason why so many black.
No, that wasn't the reason. They just used our ass as
No.
target practice. My friend Gio, he's also a model. He went around, and he's a white model at that. And he went around and he talked about how the cops need to change the shooting paper. Instead of making it dark, it needs to be just plain, just white with the outline or whatever the case may be.
But they did that, but
yeah, it's just horrible the way they think of us as people as color, that we have to let y'all know quick, fast. Did y'all mothers tell y'all about police?
Well, I don't know if Kevin, but my mom, my mom didn't know about, my dad, who spent time in America. He told me, when you go to America, this is the way white people are. And I didn't believe him, obviously, because he spent time here in the 60s and the early 70s. But
yeah, when you grew up in America, Carl, and you're like middle class, or like we were a middle class family, it's in your DNA. We already know the stories. We already know the history. We already know the cops are our enemies, and they're out to get you. They're gonna shoot you and kill you before they. So it's kind of like in our DNA. Like,
yeah,
we don't have this talk about.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have this. My mom or dad don't have to have the talk, the so-called talk. That's just some political bullshit that they put out here now. This talk. Everybody already knows. Growing up black in America, you already know. From the moment you're freaking 8 years old and you start comprehending stuff and dealing with stuff in school, and you already know, that you're black, and if you get out of, and the cop's gonna get you out of place, you're gonna get shot. You do something, if you do something wrong. It's so early on. Like, we just know this already.
I think it's the behavior thing. I think it's a behavior thing too, Kev, because my mother, what I've noticed, my mother, she never raised us to be prejudiced against anybody. You understand what I'm saying? But like you said, indirectly, we knew certain things. You understand? Like, she didn't really express racism like this is it. It was more of how, like you said, the environment, like we knew, or we'll watch certain stuff and you'll ask questions like, why did they this, or why, because we are very, we inquisitive children. We want to know why. But our parents really didn't, how can you say, they didn't raise us to be racist. Or say, don't like this white person, don't like this Asian person, don't like this. It wasn't like that. What I have learned, just to be on point, it was already embedded in us to, be careful, Even with,
if these white cops don't like black, why not just be a cop in your neighborhood, right? Why come into a black neighborhood and be a police officer? Why stay?
Because you control the niggas when you got that white skin in the hood.
So here's the deal, guys. Like, for example, when I used to be a street performer in Washington D.C. on the National Mall. So, like, the white police officers used to mess with me and my friends all the time for entertaining down on the mall. Like, so they used to chase us off, and stuff like that. A lot of these white cops weren't from D.C. At this time, DC was majority of black, chocolate city, as they used to call it, So a lot of these cops were from Georgia. A lot of these cops were from southern states, and they came to Washington, D.C. They got to get jobs at the U.S. Park Police, because that job starts off at like $60,000 a year. For rookies, so it's a good job, right? So a lot of these guys from the South who come from these neighborhoods. A lot of these police officers come from areas where there are no black people, or you know, like they just come from these southern states, and then they come in, and then they get put into places like Washington D.C., you know, where they got to deal with black people, and they already come with their biases. They already come with their
racist mentality.
That they were brought up on, that they're better than us because they're from these Alabama, they're from Mississippi, they're from parts of Georgia and South Carolina, and even New York City cops. A lot of New York cops, like Staten Island, is one of the most racist places in all of New York.
That's where all the cops live. Most of the cops live
at. And that's where a lot of the cops live in Staten Island. And I've heard that Staten Island is one of the most racist places out of all the New York City boroughs. Staten Island is the racism, you know. But a lot of cops live there. A lot of my comedian colleagues a lot of comedians live in Staten Island that I've worked with over the years. And when Trump became who he was, I see on Facebook a lot of those guys were Trump supporters, you know, and hardcore and saying stuff online I was shocked about. But they're all from Staten Island. Well, that makes sense, you know. So remember the I Can't Breathe was the brother they choked to death.
Yeah, the way
that
that
happened
cop took him down. Oh my
that
God!
happened in
It's
Staten
like
Island.
he
Over
couldn't
cigarettes.
wait to take him down.
Over some cigarettes. And, so they say he was trying to break up a fight or something like that. Yeah, I can't think of his name at the moment, but yeah, that whole I Can't Breathe thing happened in Staten Island.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, man. So these cops come from places where have a history of racism or racist backgrounds and stuff like that.
Listen to the Yusef Hawkins. You know her with the mother said. I watched the documentary. I didn't know that Bensonhurst was that racist until I saw the documentary about Yusef Hawkins. And the grandmother said if they would have told her where they were going, she would have told them not to go.
Right.
Because certain, like you said, our parents know the areas not to go to, where to go, whatever. But we so live free, we want to go do what we want to do. You understand what I'm saying? And they didn't tell. They just went to go get a car and wound up somebody getting killed by some racist children. And it wasn't even a grown man. They were young teenagers that killed him.
Yeah. It's just, you know, we're not safe. We're all sitting ducks, man. Even the brother who was jogging a few years ago and got killed by those clowns, man, you know, like Arbery, who was jogging through the neighborhood and got killed, man. And like it's just everywhere you go, you're sitting duck when you're black. You just don't know. You run into the wrong person, you're in trouble. You know, your life is on the line. The wrong cop, you get pulled over by the nicest cop, but then you get pulled. It only takes one bad cop to get you.
One bad cop.
You don't know who that bad cop is, and he still exists. Trigger happy, and they're always scared of black people, or they're always scared of us. You know, even if that cat didn't have even if that brother didn't have a gun, they probably still would have killed him because they're scared of us. They're scared of black people. All they saw when you opened the door was a black man. That's the first thing they saw before they.
That's all you need. That's all.
Yeah, they saw that. So that automatically put their antennas up that he was black. Then the gun just added to it, and that guy.
That was all she wrote. Oh, I feel threatened.
He shouldn't be on the police force because he's scared. For him,
they won't even let his name out. I don't even think they let his name out yet.
No, they're gonna protect these. He's already out of the state of Florida. They got money. These police unions have money. What they'll do is they'll protect this guy to no end. They'll take him out of the state of Florida. He can't go back home. They'll take him out of the state of Florida and put him and his family, or put him in a hotel somewhere in another state. He'd probably in freaking Minnesota somewhere, or Chicago, in a freaking hotel.
Working at another job.
It's
just real sad. I hope that because of this shooting again, and it's so sad that we have to get examples every couple of months about how they feel about us. But please, people, talk to your young men, your young boys to be on point. Okay, I don't know what they could have. It's just sad. He was on the floor.
Jeff, there's nothing you can do. Look, I don't own a gun, but if I had one, when I get up at 3 a.m. to go downstairs, I would have it with me, right? Because I never know if there's a burglar in my house when I walk downstairs at 3 a.m. in the morning to get something to drink. If I hear somebody banging at my door, I'm probably gonna answer the door with my gun on my person, right? Playing around in this day and age, you know. When I drove home from Connecticut Friday night, I had a show in Connecticut. Carl, I know you live in Connecticut. You didn't invite me over to your crib, but I had a show in Connecticut Friday night. And when I got home at 3 a.m. in the morning, I pull up in my driveway and I'm looking all over, looking around. I'm looking around for people.
That's a hood thing. We do that.
Black bears in my
part
neighborhood.
of
I'm
our
looking
life.
around for black bears. I'm looking around for everything. I'm always aware of my surroundings, right?
That's right.
And I had a pocket knife with me. You know, I got my little knife ready. But you know, I got my knife, man. That's all I got. I don't own a gun, right? So but I'm aware of my surroundings. If I got out my car, I had my key ready, so I ain't got to get to the door and fumble for the key. You know, I'm on point is what I'm saying, Tiff and Carl. I've never let my guards down. I'm not saying I can't be a victim, but
Black people, period.
You have to be that way.
Yeah.
You have to be that way, you know.
I'm always looking.
You have to know, and I always jokingly say this to my daughter, and I always jokingly say this to Patricia, anybody else. Know your surroundings. I say that all the time.
Yep.
Know your surroundings.
I tell my nephews that. You got to tell the young people that too. Know your surroundings because you don't want to get got.
Yeah, exactly. You let your guards down, you're going to get got. So you got to, not saying you can't get got, but at least you put the effort in. Don't just live carefree like nothing can happen to you, you know?
Yeah, because this is a different world.
Yeah, keep them eyes open. So I'm just saying, the brother answered the door with a gun in his hand. He did nothing wrong. He was somebody banging at his door like that. You know how cops bang too. They bang violently. So he wouldn't got it because you know how cops are. They're arrogant. So they didn't knock on the door like a postman or UPS guy or Amazon delivery driver. They knocked on the door like assholes because that's what they are. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody knock on your door like that, what are you gonna do? You gonna go get your pistol?
Because you don't know who it is.
And when you walk
banging that hard if it's not the police?
You want to be protected. First of all, if it's just somebody clowning around, you want to show your authority. I got this gun. You better stop knocking on my door like this. He was pissed off at who banged on. Somebody banged on his door very violently, and he was pissed off about it and went to get his gun to find out who the hell it was. He did nothing that no other black man in this country wouldn't have done that owns a gun.
Basically.
And that's just the end of the story. And it cost him his life. He did nothing wrong.
Where's the NRA at? Where's the NRA at? Because I've been hearing that a lot from a lot of people. These are people that buy guns from you, whatever, and they can't be safe in their own homes with your products.
Right. No, they're not going to speak out against police officers because they're two of the same. You know, they're all the same. They're all the same, Tiff. They're all the same. They're not going to speak out. Now, you know, if a cop gets killed, and cops get killed every other month too, you know, cops get gunned down on the job. And you're the first people you hear from, you know. Everybody talking about the cop that got killed in New York last month, you know. But
oh yeah, you know, I think a black guy did that shit too.
Yeah, he killed those cops. Yeah, killed the cop that got out the car. The cop?
No, the guy. Did he die or they caught him?
No, they caught him. I don't think they killed him. I think they caught him. I think they caught him and took him into custody. I'm not quite sure if he died. Maybe I think he did die. I had to Google it. I think he did die, actually. I think they did shoot him. He had a shootout with them and they killed him, I believe. So
yeah, I think he died, but his passenger survived, I think.
Okay, yeah, his passenger survived. Yeah, they shot back and killed him on the scene, I think, like that. Something. Yeah, but then the officer died. Yeah.
So I mean, to wrap this up, it's just going to Tiff on Kev. I know, unfortunately, it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Because Nicole Coates said it has to be the way they are trained. I'm sorry, Nicole, you can't train kindness and empathy and love and all that. You either born with it, you either have it or you don't. And
no, she probably talking about the police, the way they are trained. They
that's
are
what I'm
trained
saying.
to attack us.
But I'm
They're
saying
not trained to have empathy. Like you said, they're not trained to have
you can't
empathy and
train that.
sympathy.
That's
For,
what I'm
they're
saying.
being trained to kill us.
Yes, you can't train that. That's something you're born with, you know. And I heard a woman say one time that, you know, when white police interact with black youth or black men, or black people in general, they don't see a cousin or they don't see a nephew or somebody that look. They you know what I mean? But
they see a threat.
Right, when they pull over another white person, they see somebody that could be their cousin or somebody that they relate. You know,
most of these cops are white supremacists. Let's just keep it real. I can tell you a quick story. I'm going to cut you off, Carl. I'm sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
My brother was a vendor, and we were down in Richmond, Virginia at a NASCAR event. And my brother was very popular with most of the DC police because he spent a lot of time in DC working down there and hustling down there and stuff like that. So everybody, he knew the park police very well. This group of guys, it was about maybe 15, 20 of them were tailgating, and my brother's name is Henry. They go, "Hey Henry, what's up?" And they're in street clothes, and they're all there. There's Confederate flags. Just Confederate flags everywhere. We had a NASCAR event, like it's like a freaking giant Klan meeting. You hear me?
Oh gosh.
These guys had on Confederate flag hats and shirts and buttons. "What's up, Henry? What you doing down here?" And come to find out, I go, it's the U.S. Park Police from Washington, D.C. that know my brother. And they're all down there on their day off in Confederate flag T-shirts at a NASCAR event. And that just basically sums it up right there.
Yeah. As soon as I see Confederate flag, I walk. I'm out of there. We already know. Party
and these guys knew my brother's name on a first name basis, though. And they were like, they didn't expect to see him, you know.
They like, what you doing to our KKK rally?
They're selling his sunglasses to the NASCAR people. Make a lot of money selling sunglasses down there to that group, you know. But the Oakleys and stuff, he's down there selling sunglasses, making money. But they didn't expect to see him there, though, you know. And they run into him here, and all these white officers, they all got beers in their hand. They're tailgating, cooking food, drunk as shit.
Living their life, living their best white life.
And they all got Confederate flag gear on, Tiff. And I was like, wow. These guys will be back on the job Monday or Tuesday in their freaking police uniform, and nobody will ever know that 24 hours ago, they're out here at a NASCAR event wearing Confederate flag attire. And you know, if you wear that stuff, you believe in what that stands for, right? And
it should be in the museum. It should be in a museum somewhere, right along with those statues that the Sisters of the Confederate put together. Those is where all of those items need to be, in the museum.
It's a lot nicer to me, Tiff. I think they should be in the bottom of the ocean.
No, they need to be in the museum because we need to know our history. We cannot keep erasing what happened to us, because when we erase it, they think that it's okay. They're already diluting our history already in the school system. So no, it needs to be in a museum somewhere and let it stay there so we can go and visit them horrible artifacts. I'm sorry, Carl. Let's go because I'm tired.
So we're gonna touch on the Governor Hochul thing for Scooby D2 just checked in late, but he's here. He went to sleep early last week. I think it was something Kevin said. But Scooby D2, thank you for checking us out, brother. He said NASCAR is notoriously racist. I think Lewis Hamilton was the first black Formula One driver. Kevin, do you know that for sure?
Not quite sure. I know they have a few drivers. And Formula One is different than NASCAR. They're two different racing things. It's like the NFL or like the NBA. You know, it's the same thing. drag racing, whatever, all racing. Most of the people that go to these racing events are basically hardcore Southerns who believe that, you know, it's a very racist thing, because they actually used to have the Confederate. They stopped the Confederate flag from being there after the George Floyd thing. The NASCAR people banned, I think, the Confederate flag from their events. Yeah. So I think the people, but that don't change the mentality of the people.
Yeah.
NASCAR did a PR move to stop the Confederate flags from being at their events, but that don't change the mentality of the people that come there, right?
Right.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
bottom line is, plain as Godfrey said, I'm going to keep repeating that there's a certain percentage of white society that just don't like Black people, and it seems like, well, I can't say the majority of them are in the police department, but because I'm sure there are doctors who feel the same way the police do. There are surgeons who feel the same way police do. And, you know,
They're all in a clan by themselves.
So the only solution is for us to get more of our people that look like us, to be doctors and, you know, lawyers and dentists and surgeons.
Don't say cops, because black cops are once you become a black cop, you become a cop.
You are officially a part of the blue gang. It's not even if you're black or white, you're a part of the blue.
Thank you. What's the song? KRS-One that had the song Black Cop, Black Cop. You ever heard that song? Yeah.
Because my thing is, a lot of them think that they're going to go in there and they're going to change the system. You're not. You're not going to change the system. You might change and help other people because, yes, you're going to run into a lot of people. But you're not going to change the system. And until the system is changed, they will not get my hard-earned life working. Okay? No.
So here's Governor Hochul of New York City. She was the lieutenant governor after Cuomo got ousted from the governorship, from being governor.
Which I wish he run for president, but yeah.
She became automatically the governor. Then she had to run, and she won. You know, she won. So she won fair and square. But she said this.
Young Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader.
You know what? I'm not doing this call. Did she say that the Black kids in the Bronx, they don't know nothing about computers, okay? We need to help them. Why is it that white people think that they need to civilize us and make us human when we're already human and civilized already? Can you please answer that?
That's funny. So true. Has she done a cleanup campaign yet? Has she come forward since because it's all over?
Yeah, she came up and said she meant programs.
She said she misspoke. I misspoke. That was her answer.
Right, she misspoke.
Yeah, she misspoke.
She didn't speak right. She didn't speak right. Period. How dare you? We are in a computer atmosphere, a computer era. Everything is computer. Our phone is a miniature computer. What you just said, Cav, your kid is downstairs swiping as we speak. Okay? Children are swiping.
I wonder how many Black people she have in her cabinet. And that's what I want to know. How many Black people she has in her cabinet?
Only one or two that is, you know how you have that one Black person, you are light-skinned. That is always that one Black person.
Light-skinned again. There you go again. Light-skinned too.
It's always that one Black person that's in the group of the white people. She probably have two of those and that's it. And they don't even know their self. They probably acting white themselves. Like, I really think that Black people don't have computers either. No, I'm just so disgusted by her. They just put any and everybody in there.
I mean, but we take that lightly, but I mean, that goes so far.
Yeah, she's very ignorant.
If she thinks like that, imagine when Black people go for jobs, how they think. You know what I mean? Imagine, I mean, it goes a lot deeper than what she just said, because it just shows you what they think of us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you
Yeah.
really think that black kids in the Bronx have no idea what a computer is? Like, really?
Yeah.
You know? And like Kevin said, does she have black people on her staff that can?
No.
Don't they write speeches and before?
No, they're not our type of black people. Remember, black people come in levels.
On some level, I think she maybe, you think she thought she was doing good. She was, you know, she was trying to help.
She is ignorant. Anybody that said that is ignorant. I'm sorry. And you know they put a lot of people in positions knowing damn well they don't belong in those positions. And she's one of those. If she had a right mind, that wouldn't have came out the way she did. So that means that's how she thinks. That we don't know nothing about computers. Unless she's in the Bronx. I want to go in the Bronx and find out a kid that they probably don't have a full computer in their house. You know, like we got like full computers. They probably got the laptops, or like something small, a laptop or a little pad or what's called. But what are you talking about? What do you mean they don't have no
A phone
computers?
is a mini computer. That's all a phone is. A phone is a mini
Right.
computer. An iPad is a computer. That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe she's thinking like they don't have like a office computer in their shit. I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses up for this white woman.
Basically, she was trying to say black kids in the Bronx are not that smart. That's
what she was saying. Thank you very much. That's exactly what she was saying.
Yes, and she, as the great white hope, has to help them, and we need to connect with other people so we can help these poor white black kids that don't have no computers.
Yeah.
And what she needs to do now is now this is where powerful black people come in. Powerful black people should now take her to the Bronx.
Yeah.
Take her to some Bronx schools and take her to some Bronx elementary schools, some Bronx high schools, and let her talk to some students and see how intelligent these young kids are. Because she's stereotyped. So she needs to be taken to the Bronx right now. Because if a black politician would have said that something stupid like that about Jewish people, he would be made to go to a Jewish community. You had to go to, he probably had to resign, or he had to go to, or he'd be summons to go to a Jewish community and pay homage.
Get schooled.
And get schooled. So we need to hold her feet to the fire to have to go to the Bronx, to some elementary schools and to some homes and be schooled the same way. Oh, can you imagine if Mayor Adams would have said that about Jewish kids? His ass would already been, he would be at a freaking Jewish school first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Right.
apologizing for your stupid ass comment, but
Exactly.
like you said,
He'd
they
be
need to.
resigning by now. We'd be resigning, one of the two. They'd be calling for his head.
Oh, you ain't lying, and they should, like you said, Kev, send her to the Bronx and let one of those 5-year-olds school her, because I know they will, and they probably gonna be like, "We saw the comment you made. We want to teach you something, Miss Cassie." Please don't. Black children are probably smarter than her.
I don't like that lady. I never liked her anyway. But
I don't like her eyebrows. Her eyebrows give me white witch.
Yeah, she looks like a witch. She's a strange looking kid. She looks like a vampire.
Eyebrows be like, what father?
But it just shows what, people like her, who would have thought she felt that way? No one would have thought she felt that way.
No, we wouldn't have.
I don't know what you're talking about. White people don't surprise me. White people don't surprise me. When that girl Chelsea did White Privilege, did y'all ever see that on on
I saw
Netflix?
that. Chelsea Handler.
And she said, they don't think about us. That lady said, didn't we give them free school and free housing? And like, they don't think about us like that. They think that we need them to civilize us. Like, we don't know no better. They had a meme of this, as that lady, Miss Kathy, was saying that black kids don't know about computers. They had this black guy at the bottom acting like a monkey or something, and he was picking up the computer like this. Like, we don't know how to work it. Like, get out of here, lady.
Yeah.
She probably gonna lose my vote for next year because you silly. You're not getting my vote because I know.
All right, Information Man's checking in. What's up, brother? We're supposed to do his show. I don't know when we're gonna make that happen, but we gotta make it happen soon.
Yeah, he was talking tonight. I chimed in a little bit.
Yeah.
Mr. Information Man, he was talking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm team Kendrick, and Drake let his white side get his black ass in trouble. He should have shut his ass up. Don't be trying to come for the pure FBAs, the foundational Black Americans, and not think he's going to wipe the floor up with you. But like Information Man said, we got other things we need to be worried about, like this cop shootings and stuff like that is going on in this world.
Yeah, I'm not tripping on two young millionaires who's having a feud. I could care less, you know.
The boys are fighting, but Kendrick won. So, you know, we good. God is good. I'm glad that they put it on the wax.
And now, speaking of rich men, Shaq and Shannon Sharp are going at it now. So,
really?
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal just dropped a rap beat on Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp said something about Shaquille O'Neal, you know, not being in the GOAT conversation of basketball. And Shaq came back with this track.
But also Shaquille O'Neal. I think Shaquille O'Neal just made somebody just made MVP, and he commented on how he pulled the Kanye West. Person don't deserve it, or whatever the case may be. Shannon Sharp said something about it, told him he can't be saying that, and said that he's a jealous beast. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, I put the beast there because the nigga's like 7 feet tall with a size 25 foot. He's a beast. Okay, so Shannon expressed his feelings about him, and then here goes Shaquille O'Neal, because you know he used to rap back in the days.
But Shaquille was actually thought that this brother that plays for Oklahoma City should have been the MVP of the league, and this white boy from Europe won. So Shaquille was actually rooting for the brother, and then they gave it to this white boy, Nikola Jokic, who's a really good player. He's from one of them European countries, and his nickname is the Joker. And he's no joke. He's a great player. But Shaquille was going for the brother. I can't think the black dude's name, but he plays for Oklahoma City, and he's a monster also on stage. I mean, on the court. So Shaquille was going for the brother, and they chose the white boy for the second year in a row. Shaquille was upset about it, you know. So he was actually
just like Kanye was upset about that what's that white girl name?
Taylor Swift when she won.
Taylor Swift. Yeah. And what you call it, but you already know they're gonna choose the people. You know they're gonna make you to be the villain. So Shaquille O'Neal should have kept his non-free throwing ass and said nothing. Okay, he shouldn't have said nothing. He should have just left it alone, said congratulations, and move on. His ex-wife just went up there and told everybody in a book that she ain't never loved his ass. That's sad.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we all know half them girls was gold digging holes just trying to have babies. You understand what I'm saying? And she gave him, I think, like 5 big old babies. Because they some big kids too. But yeah, they doing too much. You know, you just get tired of seeing our people go against one another.
That is true. That is true. This show is longer than the movie Ben-Hur. That movie was like,
you know what? You right. I need to eat. Go ahead. Close us out.
All right. All right. So before we go, Kevin, what did you learn today? Anything you want to share before we go?
Just once again, nothing but love and blessings to all the great moms out there, including my mom. Yeah, that's it, man. Just want to send a shout out to the mothers, man, and to the brother who got killed down in Florida, man. It's a very sad, sad, sad situation, and I hope his family gets justice. And I think we as Black people in this country, we got to make sure that these people are held accountable because they're not going to do it for themselves. You know, we have to make we have to push it. The Ben Crumps of the world, Ben Crump's going to be all over it. You know that. We need more
He
Ben
needs
Crumps.
help. He
We need
needs
more people. We
assistance.
need more than Ben Crump. You know, we need more Ben Crumps.
Yes.
You know, to be honest with you, uh, out here that's pushing, making sure Black people get justice. Ben Crump gets a lot of criticism for always being there and stuff like that, but it's not his fault. It should be more Ben Crumps, out here. And he's doing his thing, He's going to get justice for his family. And that's the bottom line. Yeah, he gets paid for getting justice for his family, but he's still getting justice for the family, So all the people that criticize Ben Crump, there shouldn't be a Ben Crump. How about that?
Yeah.
He's only popular and because white cops keep killing Black men, and so if you're mad at Ben Crump, you shouldn't be. You should be mad at the innocent Black people that are being killed by cops.
Right.
But back in the day, they organized. They didn't load a lot of Black people on buses, and they went to wherever the issue was and have a protest. Wasn't that? I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing of speaking of that, people like Martin Luther King and back in those days, they got 1 million people. Even Louis Farrakhan got 1 million men to come on the National Mall without social media, because there was without social media. You know what I'm saying? Without social
And
media,
it was very successful.
Exactly. But now we have social media and we can't get 10,000 people to show up and bitch. Oh, by the way, speaking of Louis Farrakhan, today is his birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday to
all right.
Happy birthday to Farrakhan today. He turned 91 years old.
Wow.
Today, 91 years old. Louis Farrakhan.
Keeping him here long, huh?
91. You know why they're keeping him here long? Because he's not a threat. Because he's not a threat.
He's not a threat, and they never would try him. He's
not a threat.
He said it. He said nobody would never. He said they would never try me, and I believe him.
Everybody can get got. Everybody can get got. They're just afraid. They're afraid to. If they would took Farrakhan out, they're afraid of the repercussions, and they're afraid. They don't want that heat. They don't want that heat. That's why they left. They don't want that heat. That's why they left him alone. Because they can get him. Anybody can be got. They didn't want that heat, Tiffany. And that's why the brothers.
Right. They don't want that heat. That's what they said about the child case, the Atlanta child case murders. They said they keeping that in there because they don't want Atlanta to burn. Okay? They know. People are getting frustrated.
All right. Tiffany, anything you learned today or you want to share before we go?
So I definitely want to say this. We have to salute our ancestors, which is the mothers that are not here. We have a lot of, I know I have a lot of friends and loved ones that their mothers is not here. Also, our grandparents is not here, and their mothers too, our grandmothers. And we want to salute and honor all the ancestor mothers, and salute to the children, the young adults, the older adults that's going through not having their mothers here with them, or their mothers have passed away. I send my sincere condolences and love to you. Also for people that their parents wasn't available for them. I know that's very hard to have to look and see all these people with the love from their mother and they didn't get that love. I can't even imagine what they're going through. We're sending love to you also. But we also want to send love to all the good mothers that made a difference in their children's life and still to this day is doing it. And to the children, honor your mother and father. May your days be long upon the face of this earth. That's what I'm doing because I'm trying to get to heaven. That's why I take care of Florence. I tell Florence all the time, I take care of you because I'm trying to get that ticket to heaven. You better be right there when I go there. So we definitely want to send that love. And Mother's Day is all the time, just like we honor the fathers too, because if it wasn't for both, we would not be able to have that one. Okay, so we definitely salute our mothers, and please make sure you share like this set of what we talked about today. And we love you. We appreciate you. And if you haven't, check us out, leave a comment. And thank you again, and love you, mommy. Love you to my sisters. I love you. I love you. All my sister friends. Happy Mother's Day. Y'all awesome mothers.
All right. Well, I just want to say I had sometimes things happen in your life. I had a friend. I'm not gonna call any names or anything because I'm not sure if the family wants that. But I had a friend that passed away last week.
Aw.
Went to bed, from what I heard. Went to bed. I never woke up, so kind of died in his sleep. Of course, it wasn't expected. And when you go to bed, you expect to get up the next morning and be with your family. So it just to me puts everything in perspective. As I always say, tell the people you love that you love them, because you never know. You could be here today, making plans for tomorrow, but doesn't always work out that way. So, like I always say, just tell the people you love that you love them. So, if by any unfortunate circumstance you're not here, at least they know. And with that said, thank you guys for checking us out. Please like, share, subscribe. Remember, we are not actual therapists, despite the name of the show.
Bootlegged therapist.
Speak for yourself. I got a degree.
Therapy or comedy?
For entertainment purposes only. Please comment on the show. Please let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to talk about, what you didn't like, what we talked about. Scooby D2 is commenting. I don't understand what he's saying here. USYK or Fury. I want USYK to win. I think he'll win every round. Sorry to hear about your friend, Carl. Thank you. Yeah, it was a very, very good family friend that I've known for over 40 years. And, very, very, it's always the nice people. You never hear about some a-hole that, got hit by a bus. I don't know why that is.
He said boxing.
Boxing. But I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea. But again, thank you. Please check us out. We're here every Sunday, 7 p.m. Please like, share, subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribership up. We're trying to get YouTube to recommend our videos so we can grow and grow and grow, because the people we have love our show and we want to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's our aim, because our stuff's very positive, and we're only here to uplift the Black people. I don't like to say Black and brown people. Where did that come from? What is this? What's
That's the commercial talk. That's that commercial talk. You've been watching too much news and stuff.
You just can't say black, so you have to put brown in there. That's why. Well, I guess they categorize when they say brown. I guess they're adding Asian and Indian.
But they cannot. We're Black.
I know, but they want to add. They want to put them in the fight also. So
people of color.
So
well, so when they say Black, they're talking about people like us who are born in this country, who are African Americans, but then Carl's Black, but he's not an African American. So I think when they say brown, they're referring to people like Carl, who's not an African American. So when they say Black, they're talking about African Americans.
I thought the Browns was the Spanish, the Asians. Not Carl is Black like us. He's just a Bayesian Black, but he's still Black. But
I'm just saying, people that aren't. I'm saying most people who aren't. You're right. I'm saying the brown is for people who are
Mexican,
American.
Latinos. I thought the brown.
They're not African American, so they're brown.
I'm confused. I'm sick of all this color.
No,
well, I'm just did my opinion.
Maybe I should change the name of the show to the Black and Brown Therapy Show.
No, I like keeping it how we keeping it. We're unique, we different, and we not, I mean, why not? We got to include everybody. Everybody's included, but listen, why we can't have something that's going to claim us? So it's all right.
Yeah, when the police pull a gun, they don't care if you're Black or brown, because it's all the same to them. They don't differentiate between the two colors.
We from all walks of life. You from the Allens. We got Kev from here, and I'm a Black woman. So we all is a mixture of everything that have experienced almost everything in life mixed together.
All right, so we'll be back next Sunday. See you guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. We're out. Kevin, you know I love you. Tiffany, you know I love you. Shout out to Patricia. I haven't heard Patricia, your mom, your sister, Tiffany, your mom, your family, everybody. Send love to everyone because we truly care about everyone.
Appreciate the love. Thank you, bro.
All right, no problem.
2 hours.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin Collins, you have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you everything, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God up above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's